Hey nerds, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to day 3 of 12 days of Nerdmas. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at my first ever Super7 action figure. So technically that's kind of a lie, I think, because I forgot that SpongeBob kitty meal, Krabby Patty kitty meal, whatever, is technically Super7. I think that's who made that. But this is like my first legit Super7 action figure. So this is Prince John from Robin Hood. I've had this thing for months and just have not done a video, so I haven't really opened it, got to see it. When I first got it, I kind of peeked and Bean was like, no, you can't look for the video. I was like, they won't know. So I didn't really get a good look at it. I've seen other people's reviews, only a couple though. And unfortunately, I did not hear very good things. So, okay, when you open up the box, there's another box wrapped in plastic. I went ahead and took the plastic off, and this is what he looks like. Okay, so this is the Prince John box from Robin Hood. Fun fact, Robin Hood was one of my like all-time favorite movies when I was little. So I'm super excited to have this. So he comes in this nice gold packaging and it says Prince John right here. And when you open it up, we have Prince John here. I'm gonna scoot up. Okay, so this is the Prince John in the packaging. You see we have 3 head sculpts. We have multiple hands back there. We have 2 of Sir Hiss. And we have the mirror back there. I love this purple box. I think it looks so good with him. It just, I don't know, it really matches up. Then on the back, we have a picture of Prince John from the movie. And then we have a little blurb here. Prince John, occupying his brother's throne during his absence. Prince John is now the self-absorbed and money-hungry ruler of England. That's definitely how I remember him. Through ruthless. Okay, so they are packaged in 2 layers of blisters. The first layer just has the Prince John and his multiple head sculpts. The other layer, like I said, has the hands, the Sir Hiss, and the mirror. So let's go ahead and take a look at each one. Let's look at Prince John by himself first with the original head sculpt. All right, so here we have Prince John out of his packaging. So at first glance, I'm a little disappointed because on his actual nightgown, I don't know, where is it, if you could see it, but like over here, there is some pink smudging on the blue up top, and then there's also a pink smudge down by where my finger was, right there. It's just like not good paint quality for a figure, you know, that costs $55. Expecting, you know, it's not a super complicated like paint application, like it's not super tiny, it doesn't have a whole lot of detail, so for there to be these big pink smudges, splotches, whatever, just doesn't look the best. But looking at him, I do love him just as much as I did in the package. I love that his robe is a separate piece and that it's actual cloth. I love that, so you can kind of move that around however. You could probably put in like a piece of armature wire or something, or like glue one in so you can kind of sculpt the cape to do whatever you want, a little bit off to the side or whatever, but you don't really have to. His sculpt itself is kind of basic. It's just him from the movie. It looks just like him though. It looks great. And then on the hands, we have his beloved jewels, which I love because I love the scene of Little John going to kiss his royal hand and
kissing in my ear.
sucking each jewel out of the rings, and there's actually a hand sculpt that shows them empty. I'll show that in a few minutes, but I love that. His feet just have some basic little sandals, and then he has some peg holes in the bottom for supporting him, but he does not come with a stand, so it's kind of confusing why you got foot holes if you don't have a stand, but whatever. I don't love stands anyways. There's not a whole lot of articulation, just a little bit in the legs, and then some in the elbows and the wrist. I don't think that the elbows are double jointed. No, it's just a single joint because he has a sleeve for his nightgown. So, yeah, articulation, not great. His head swivels, it lifts up, it barely lifts down. But just, you know, to have a Prince John that you can slightly move around for different, you know, positioning, different scenes, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, so next up we have his two different head sculpts. So one of them is like the crown being pushed down onto his head, so you can't really see his eyes. And then this one is like he's squinting. He's like squinting. He's a little mad. You can see his eyes are a little bit smaller. Again, I don't think you can remove this crown either. Just the crown on the main head, it looks like you could move. All right, next up we have the interchangeable hands. So these next two hand sculpts are the ones that I was talking about that have the jewels missing from the ring. So you replace one on each hand. One of his hands has 3 jewels, the other one has 1. And so those are what the jewels missing from Little John, you know, like I said, kissing the jewels out of his hands when they're robbing him blind. So I love that little detail because, like I said, that's one of my favorite scenes involving Prince John. All right, and then the rest of the hands, there's one that's kind of like a grippy hand. I think this one is for him to grab Sir Hiss's neck. So I'll show this one again in a second when I pull out the 2 different versions of Sir Hiss. And then this version is just the hand that has 1 jewel in a fist pose. And then lastly, we just have another one, like I said, the same thing. This one's just a fist with all the jewels in the hand. Now on to the Sir Hiss. Here we have him here. I love, love, love that they included him, 2 versions of him, in addition to Prince John. That's why I thought that these were good and like a good deal. To me, I am new in the world of like more expensive figures. So yeah, this is the Sir Hiss. His head just slightly moves up like this. If he's being choked, I suppose, you can lift it up. There we go, got some focus. And then you could tilt it back down. And then like I mentioned, this is the hand that I think is supposed to grip his neck. So I think we can kind of wedge his head in there. Yeah, and then Prince John would be holding him and choking him out, and that's why he looks like this. So you can't really do anything else with this sculpt except have him being choked, really. And then next we have just the regular Sir Hiss, really not doing anything. There is no articulation except right at the neck. It can kind of tilt up. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. And then back to its normal position, and this is just him kind of sitting. That's pretty much all he's doing is sitting there. I don't know, I can't really say much. And then last but not least in this set, we have his mirror. It's just a little bit of like reflective foil paper on there to give it that like shiny and reflective look. But this is cool too. I mean, I'm fine with this. I think you could also use the gripping hand for this as well. Versus choking Sir Hiss, you could be holding the mirror because he's very vain and he's going to be looking at himself because he looked good with all his jewels and his money. So, I mean, that's a cute little detail, cute little prop to just kind of have there with him. So, my thoughts overall on the figure, I'm not too upset. Thankfully, I don't go into it like as detailed as other people because this is not my main thing. And I don't know. I want articulated figures. I have some that are super articulated and I love them so much and I do a whole lot with them. I don't see myself doing a whole lot with this guy. Even if he was really well articulated, he's just not like the main star of my cast. So I think he'll definitely serve his purpose. I'm super excited to like build up some sort of scene for him or just some sort of backdrop and put him on display somewhere, play around with him a little bit, get some different shots and stuff eventually. But for right now, I'm okay with him. I understand the hate, but I like him. I like him a lot. I'll put it on the record. I like him. I like him. All right. I almost forgot again, just like yesterday. Let's go ahead and jump over to the socks before we can close out this video. So again, we have our 12 days of socks. Really, it's 15, but you know, we only have 12 days. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to be on day 4. For this calendar. Oh, Tommy's poking out the side there. Okay, so day 4 has Tommy on the front. Tommy kind of slipped out, but we're still gonna rip his area open so we can help clear out this thing. But we have our first pair of ankle socks, and they're not tie-dye! Yay! Maybe only the crew ones are tie-dye, that'd be great. All right, so we have a pair of blue and gray Tommy socks. Tommy looks funny. I like it. He looks like, I don't even know. He just looks a little weird, like a little old Tommy or knockoff Tommy. But I really like the socks. I like the blue and I like the gray. But that's going to do it for me in this video, guys. If you like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And while you're down there, let me know in the comment section, what do you think of the Prince John? Are you a big action figure collector and one of the people that don't like it? Are you just, you know, an admirer from afar and you think it looks pretty good? Like, what are your thoughts? What am I missing? What am I missing? Maybe because I didn't look at him enough in detail. I don't know. And what do you think about today's socks? Are they great because they're not that ugly tie-dye? If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the know of all the nerdy. And hit that bell notification. And be sure to share this video and my channel with anybody that you think may enjoy. But as always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.